Hey, my little Hyrule babies! It's your boy or your dad, Hyrule Dad. Mm, yeah, with a review of what is, in my opinion, a very good game. Darksiders Warmastered Edition is a game like Legend of Zelda, God of War, Bayonetta had a baby. Ooh la la. I've beaten this game like 3 times on the PS3, PlayStation 3, on the PC, and finally on the Switch. Um, Game is extremely fun and replayable, hence being it 3 times. I have to say though, totally, my favorite game playing it, my favorite way of playing it is on the Nintendo Switch, because I could take it to the crapper. Is that wrong to say? The pooper, the toilet, the John, and I could, and also the hospital or the doctor's clinic, and play there. Take it anywhere with me, and actually play a really good console game anywhere. This game is tons of fun, and if you've ever played it, you understand where I'm coming from. This game has temples, kind of like Legends of the Hidden Temple, Legends of the Hidden Temple, Legend of Zelda, kind of. You have your Water Temple, Fire Temple, Sand Temple, Spider Temple. Water Temple is pretty cool because you control the elevation of the water, same way as Ocarina of Time, where you control the elevation of the water. Pretty cool. You got your Fire Temple. What I liked about the Fire Temple was that you end up discovering that there are these blockable lava majiggers. They're like lava, I don't know, rocks, lava lamps, rocks, lamps. Yes, and you destroy them by using your boomerang. And when you do, you get the bomb, throw it, and then you, with your boomerang, you light it on fire by using one of the torches. Throw it on the bomb, and the bomb blows up that little area, which is pretty cool. That's what I liked about the fire one. The sand one, you find the sandworm, and insects, I guess, have a little bit of a theme in this game. You end up fighting a sandworm that is like pretty crazy, akin to Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, where you fight that sandworm, kind of like that. Pretty cool because you end up using a gun in order to beat this boss. And the last one is like a spider web world where you go into this abandoned mansion, and this abandoned mansion or abandoned area, like a street, and you end up finding that abandoned mansion. Inside that abandoned mansion, it's full of spider webs, full of little cute piranha, not piranha, no, where I get piranha now, little good tarantulas. And you end up fighting them. Pretty cool. There's a whole bunch of them. There's also a couple of times where you end up having to prove yourself. So you end up having to fight a bunch of waves of enemies in order for you to open up doors. And just like the Legend of Zelda, there are doors that are unlocked, and you have to fight all these enemies so you can find this key that's basically a big freaking knife that stabs the eyeball. Once it stabs the eyeball, it opens up, and it's pretty cool. I really like it. There are 4 bosses, like I said. You got like a bat boss, which is your first boss. Then you got your beetle boss. Your beetle boss is like, it's pretty cool how you beat him. I think that's the boss of the water temple. Then you have your worm boss, which is your sand boss, and that's the one that you beat with a gun. And then you got your spider boss, which is my favorite one. I have to say it's my favorite one because the way you fight him is very different than the other bosses. He teleports, so you have to teleport. So the body is long, but the legs are short. So whenever you teleport, you have a split second to see where the head is, where the tail is, and that way you can dash to the side by the legs. That way the legs won't do any damage to you, but if you land right in front of the face, it's going to take away about half a heart of damage, which is a lot of damage considering you only have like 6 or 7 hearts. After you defeat each boss, just like the Legend of Zelda, you end up getting a heart, which is pretty cool. You gain a heart. You also gain upgrades like Zelda. Dungeons, like I said, are awesome. They're just like the Legend of Zelda. If you like Legend of Zelda, you're gonna love this game. Even some of the dungeons and some of the puzzles, like God of War, are very akin to this game. It even goes as far as giving you unlockables like a hook shot. I died in that one. Like a hook shot, a boomerang, as well as powering up your sword in the style of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, where you have to go to the ferry. First, in the Link to the Past, you have to find the swordsmiths. Then you go to the ferry. You end up powering up your sword to level 4, or level 3 or level 4, and then once you end up having the main master sword. Well, same thing with this. The more you fight, the more souls that your sword is gonna get, and the more powerful your sword is gonna get. You're gonna notice it, and it's great because it scales. Because as you start getting stronger, the bad guy starts getting stronger. So actually, the sword scaling with you is a very good mechanic that the game added. It's easy to control. The mechanics are fantastic. War himself is very easy to control. You know, the sword, the combos are very easy. I mean, you hold Y, you let go Y, you press A, you press Y again, and you end up doing a combo and where he pushes up the bad guy in the air, and then you end up doing this turbo helicopter thingy on him, and you do a whole bunch of damage to him. So that's pretty cool. That comes in handy, especially with not the bosses, but the mid bosses or the bad guys that are more a little bit bigger than the normal little imps. The story is very engaging. So basically, you get summoned. War gets summoned. Now, War is not really I mean, he's one of the horsemen, right? And War is not really supposed to be summoned until the 7th seal is opened. So somebody goes and opens up the 7th seal. What this causes to do is this summons War, so War comes out, but he notices that he's the only horseman that woke up. None of the horsemen woke up. And the seal, like I said, the seal was never broken. Inadvertently, by you coming out, you end up causing the apocalypse. The High Council, which are the ones that put on the rules and the laws of the world, they keep heaven and hell in order, and they make sure that heaven is not too strong, hell is not too strong. They send you back to investigate what happened with a Watcher, which is a demon who is surprisingly voiced by Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill, if you don't know who Mark Hamill is, then I feel sorry for you. He is Luke Skywalker, and he is also the voice of the Joker in the Arkham series and also the animated series. He's a demon, and they send you to a demon named Samael. Now, Samael used to work for the Destroyer. The Destroyer is the main demon, Satan, satanic, Lucifer bad guy in the world, and Samael used to work with him, but something happened, and now Samael wants you to kill the bosses, retrieve their hearts, and give it to them. So you must work together with him in order to progress the story. Now, the game overall is a lot of fun. You swing your large mega sword like crazy. It looks seriously insane. You're one powerful being, and you are not to be messed with. There is a shop where you can purchase all the upgrades, and you can purchase a lot of moves, which I said is vital in order to perform combos, especially during the parts where the game throws those waves, like I said, at you. There's also a gun which you can get. When you get that gun, or when you see bad guys with a gun, there's a really cool part where you have that gun and you see a bunch of bad guys with a gun. You have to basically snipe them and go in very closely and then go behind cover. It changes the complete mechanic of the game as if you're playing another game. And it was pretty cool that it did that, and it did it to the effect where it matches the Darksiders game. As you can see, it's very God of War-ish, it's very Bayonetta-ish. The Legend of Zelda parts come in the, in the puzzles that you have to figure out. But it's a very good game. I completely recommend it. If you're gonna get it, I would totally get it on the Switch. Like I said, it's the best version to get it on, and you can get all those upgrades, and you can basically cause a bunch of havoc, and you'll end up, I'm not gonna ruin the story, but the story's a lot of fun, and you'll end up unlocking a lot of the storyline, which tells you how War got summoned and what happened, and how he was, there was a traitor there and betrayed him and caused him to cause the apocalypse. And very surprising how that happens. But anyways, God bless, love you lots. I recommend this game, and take care. Shh. Mwah. Love you lots. God bless. Bye.